seaside flavor is in Central. Bacon Shark, aloo pies, kingfish, shrimp, and a daily menu of lunchtime favorites like stew chicken, macaroni pie, curry chicken, pilau, and so much more. Follow the Huddle Room and taste Maracas on social media. Bacon Shark is served from 10 a.m. and lunches from 11 a.m. We'll see you and your taste buds on Monday. The Huddle Room and Maracas Bacon Shark, the best of both worlds.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of numbers 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco, Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marival Road, 91.9. Every Wednesday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning. I tell you, we are going to have a TIME time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Marival.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
I know Spanish very well, but at least I can roll my tongue. Smiling Alicia, Miss Espinosa, that lady, that short lady. I didn't like how she used to roll she tongue. But if there's one thing I could remember how to say in Spanish, it's no habla español.
Street 91.9 FM. The official station that defends the nation.
All passengers to Caracas, boarding now.
Later, Trinidad. Aye, later, Trinidad. I see you next year. I'm flying out.
Bienvenido, Señor Messenger.
For the Christmas, I went down Venezuela on a mission trip, trying to take the gospel to the world. As I reach in the place, they hand me the mic to bring greetings, and this is what I said. Feliz Navidad. Mamacito, petito, 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 prientes. Feliz Navidad. To be honest, I don't know the Spanish, but somebody teach me to sing. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Hey.
All passengers to someone not 20, boarding now.
The next Christmas I went Puerto Rico on vacation. Well, yeah, going real hard. I visit a church and they hand me the mic to bring greetings, and this is what I said. Feliz Navidad. Mamacito, paquito, guitito, guito, corriente. Feliz Navidad. To be honest, I don't know the Spanish, but somebody teach me to sing. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. Hey. Yes, I want to tell about Jesus. No, in Spanish. I want to tell you about Jesucristo. Jesus. No, not the one that does play football. The one who died on the cross. That one. Yeah.
All passengers to Havana, boarding now.
The next Christmas I went across to Cuba with the family. I hear the place real nice. As I step off the plane, they hand me a mic to bring greetings, and this is what I said. Feliz Navidad. When this mic is presented from you, I don't know the sentence. Feliz Navidad. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know the Spanish, but somebody teach me to say. Baila, baila, Jesucristo. 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 Hey, papi. I don't want no Trinidad cuisine in the Spanish country. I eat it everything Spanish. Yeah, I'm telling you. I want Spanish rice, Spanish chicken, Spanish peas. Yeah, Spanish lettuce here too. And that thing, yeah. But it's Christmas time though. What does drink here? Or that curry here by chance?
Well, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to everybody on the Street 91 FM. Remember, you can join me on Facebook and on YouTube. So I am on YouTube. So those of you on YouTube, you can join me. Those of you who normally join me on YouTube, you can come on now. And Facebook, I am not sure. Yeah, just letting you know, right? Yeah, on Facebook now. I'm on Facebook, so you can type in the Street 919 FM on Facebook. We want to talk education. We want to talk tutor. We want to talk what's going on with Tutor. We want to. I promise you guys that I will try to get the president of Tutor on the Street 919 FM. I'm going to try today to get her online for us to have a nice discussion with her about our children's education, because apparently they want to take the online classes off. All right, and it's not the Ministry of Education suggesting it, it's Tutor suggesting it. So that's a discussion that I want to have. I'm seeing where the opposition leader is continuing her rant. You know, there's a movie by the name of the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I had to say there's the diary of a mad politician. That's what I will leave it as. Because every time I listen to the opposition leader, yesterday I painfully had to sit home and listen to the opposition leader rant. And to be quite honest, Trinidad and Tobago, let me listen to some parang.
This is Caribbean Vibes. This is Caribbean Vibes.
De la noche nació el verdadero. pelado. El maestro que me enseñó, bien enseñado. Me diga que no cantar con ninguno revés pelado. Soy una mujer que canta cuando que me dé la gana. Yo tengo palabra completa y besa yo la romana. Esta completa sabroso. Esta completa sabroso. El maestro que me enseñó bien enseñado. Me diga que no cantaré con ninguna revés pelado. Esta completa sabroso. Esta completa sabroso. Yo y bebe charariza para cuando se me ofrezca saber si va. Yo charariza y bebe charariza para cuando se me ofrezca saber si va. Esta completa sabroso. A mí me llaman Guasé, en toda parte y lugar, donde quiera que yo pase, agua y la tierra temblar. A mí me llaman Guasé, en toda parte y lugar, donde quiera que yo pase, agua y la tierra temblar.
Sometimes I just wonder if the songs we saying they don't lie, because when you listen to some of these people in this country, and they don't lie, I ain't think so now. Ah boy, so the saga continues. This country, boy. So I just want to remind Trinidad and Tobago that Miss Kamala Prasad-Bissessar said that there's war. She said there's war. So some of you who feel that is a laughing matter, it's not a laughing matter anymore. It's war. And I want to certainly say hats off to the Prime Minister and his team for coming out, because right now, you need to start it. Then you need to be out on the field, dispelling some of the misinformation that is coming out in the public domain. So I'm really happy that the Prime Minister would have taken a position that he wants to come out and say what is going on. So we know that tonight there is a meeting, PNM meeting, that's going to be carried live on all major radio stations in Trinidad and Tobago. You need to be listening and you need to be aware of what's going on, because the way things going, the way things go in Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know. So I want to just play something for you guys. Join me on Facebook and on YouTube. I want to play something for you. How many of you remember Watchman? Is Wayne Haid is his name? Yeah, I think that's his name. Wayne Haid. Watchman. I want to play something for you from Watchman. Join me. Join me now, and then we're going to talk about what what I'm going to play for you. I'm going to play for you also what the tutor president had to say about online schooling. All right, online schooling. So I'm going to play for you what the tutor president had to say about online schooling, and I'm also going to play for you Mr. Watchman and his take on all that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago concerning the Police Service Commission and stuff like that. Let me say good morning to Miss Patricia Kelly. Good morning to you, ma'am, and thank you very much for making the right choice to listen and to watch the best radio station in the nation, the Street 919 FM. All right, so again, let me say good morning to Miss Kelly, Patricia Kelly, and all of you joining me on Facebook. Then you come on, let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know where you are looking at me from. You know, I like to shout out your community and stuff like that. All right, today I played some nice indigenous, as they would say, parang music, you know. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing it for you. Okay? So you heard from Miss Daisy Voze, and you heard from Chara Nurse, and you heard from Blessed Messenger. All right? So I'm going to now play you, I want to play you this clip from Mr. Wayne Haid, the Watchman. The Watchman had some things to say, and I think it's important for Trinidad and Tobago to hear what he had to say. So, as you take your time to join me on Facebook and on YouTube numbers can go up more than that, man. I like how my Facebook numbers are looking. Yeah. Okay, so Aruka is in the house. Enterprise is in the house. Grenada is in the house. New York, Brooklyn is in the house. Sawa, yeah, New Jersey, Manzanilla. Where again? Somewhere else. I saw just now a while ago. All right, Florida is in the house. New York is in the house. Mason Hall is in the house. All right, so I want you to listen to what Mr. Wayne Haid had to say. The Watchman. I wonder if I could, I'm wondering out loud. I'm going to see what I can do. All right. So, Trinidad and Tobago. Outside is black. I wonder what's going on in your neck of the woods, especially those of you who live down Caranage and so those of you who live in Caranage, I hope that you know, all is well down there.
la muchacha me dijo que me diera el corazón. Cuenta que yo le contara, tengo con numeración.
All right, so thank you very much. Somebody saying rain, New Grant, rain, plenty. Send me a picture. If you could send me pictures, that'll be nice. On 7711791. Good morning, Google. Current Hills is in the house. Thank you very much, Mr. Current Hills. That's my neighbor, you know. All right, Pleasantville, Lockton. Hey, Pleasantville, that's my hometown, boy. Who is that? Toko in the house. What's that? What's that place there? Oh, Marvin Gonzal. Yeah, good morning, Minister. I thought this was in Parliament. Anyway, let me pop the money. All right, who again? So you ready for me there? Almost. All right. So I'm going to play you Mr. Watchman. And then when I finish playing you Mr. What is this? As Dennis Plummer does say, what is this? All right, so I'm going to show you. All right, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to play for you, Mr. Watchman. Listen to what Watchman, Mr. Wayne Head had to say about the police service commission and the saga with the things that were with the president and all of that. Good morning, Canada. Kuva is in the house. Mr. Bego has now joined me. Good morning, Mr. Bego. All right, so this is wait, here it is. All right, let me go here. Can you see this? All right, we'll play. Press play. Yes.
I have decided to add the date to my voice notes for ease of reference. So, this is Monday the 18th at night, approaching midnight where I am. Now, I heard various pronouncements and opinions being made in the country with respect to the police service commission and what action the president. I have decided to add the date to my voice notes for ease of reference. So, this is Monday the 18th at night, approaching midnight where I am. Now, I heard various pronouncements and opinions being made in the country with respect to the police service commission and what action the president should have taken, ought to have taken, did not take, and all of that. And I listened intently to Senior Counsel Mr. Martin Daly, a very intelligent and articulate man. And I listened carefully to what he was saying. And there are a couple of things I disagreed with him on. One, he was speaking about the fact that the chairman of the Police Service Commission appeared to give a merit list and then take it back. So she gave with one hand and took back with the other. What Gary Griffith referred to as kettle boil. Give somebody something and you take it back so you'll get a boil on your eye. So maybe Bliss C. Prasad is suffering from that affliction as we speak. But what I am concerned about is that Martin Daly is saying that the president should not have been a part of or should not have acquiesced in the commissioner, the chairman, taking the letter back. So the question I ask, maybe in a philosophical, intellectual, legal way, he is correct. But in a practical, logical, and normal manner, how the hell was the president supposed to stop the chairman from taking back her own letter? Was she supposed to tackle her physically, or have the guards at President's house tackle her and take the letter back? Is it the first time where somebody has given something and taken it back? The question is here, even if it's absent in the Constitution, we can't say in any definitive way that since it does not say in the Constitution that the chairman of the Police Service Commission can give a document and then take it back, that does not mean that it's illegal if it had been done so. You understand? Suppose it was the wrong letter. Suppose the date was the wrong date on it. Suppose the information contained was wrong and the chairman realized it just when they hand the letter in. Are you telling me then that you're stuck with that situation because you handed it in and once you give it, you can't take it back? I disagree. There are circumstances in which a person is entitled to change their mind, is entitled to say something is missing. We don't know the real reasons for taking it back, but people could have the benefit of hindsight, or additional information would gives them new foresight, and then they could decide that this is the time to retrieve that letter, which was a mistake, which was not correct, or which was tainted because you find out that members of the commission were communicating in broad daylight with a candidate. There's so many reasons. So the president was not supposed to tackle her physically or tell her, don't move with that letter. What will you do? Arrest her and put her in jail? Come on, Mr. Daly. That one, I don't agree with you at all. But I listen to what you say because, as I said, you are a learned man in the law. On the second issue, I think Mr. Daly hedged his bets. He said the Police Service Commission, the new commission that is, has two options. To send the list to Parliament and let it be debated there, because that is what the judge was saying, Justice Kangaloo, in her judgment, that Parliament is the place to debate it or to sort it out. That is true. But you still have a couple of issues affecting that letter, that merit list. You have Ramisa's case that has not yet been resolved. And you may have other people waiting in the wings to file an action saying that the list is tainted, and any attempt to have it debated in Parliament is in breach or in violation of the rights of these individuals, in particular Ramisa. So there is no way, in my opinion, that they can send this letter to Parliament to have a debate on it in the circumstances of this case. Especially when people have been quoting their position on the merit list. This is not proper and correct in my opinion. And then additionally, even if you decide to do that, how then do you proceed? Do you send the whole list, or you send one by one as was done in the previous time, and go through this whole rigmarole of a debate? In my opinion, the entire merit list should be sent to Parliament, and the government, in its own capacity, puts forward a name that they would like to see, because that's what they're going to do anyway. Put forward a name and have that person be debated and voted on. Not this one by one drip, 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 drip nonsense that they had in the procedure. And finally, we have to take into consideration what happens now. The commission cannot, will not, should not, and I expect not to accept that tainted merit list on its new back and carry that load to Parliament. No, Mr. Daly. There's only one option: to start over. Because the stink from this merit list and this process is so high that it will engulf the new commission if they were to incorporate it as their own. That's what I feel.
views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers, a full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions. Or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
There's only one way to start your week right, and that's with Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Thursday morning at 9:10 a.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 9:10 a.m. Tune in on Thursday and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 9:10 a.m. It's time that you live.
This is the voice of the PNM. On Tuesday, October 19th at 7 p.m., tune into all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for PNM's virtual meetup. Feature addressed by Dr. Keith Rowley and a powerful lineup of speakers. On Tuesday, October 19th at 7 p.m., tune in, click, like, and share. Great is the PNM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Blessings in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Nikki Garcia, and you are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here, Pastor Helen Garcia and my husband, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. Tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT.
Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody.
Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, gas prices will continue to be subsidized until government deems it necessary. Parents die from COVID, leave 4 children behind. Small aircraft goes down outside Piarco International Airport into the Orapun River. And internationally, at least 35 people killed by flood and landslides in Kerala, India. And now the news in detail. Energy Minister Stuart Young says, although government has passed the legislation for fuel liberalization, it has not been implemented yet, since government is sensitive of the current economic climate. Speaking in the Senate on Monday, Minister Young said gas prices will continue to be subsidized until government deems it necessary. However, he said that when implemented, the most vulnerable will be considered.
Legislation is in place, the ministry is ready when the government takes a decision. So again, don't let the naysayers affect your psyche. We're putting things in place for those who are at the vulnerable parts of our society. We will continue to subsidize that for you personally at an individual level. But why should a person get the same subsidy as someone who needs it when they can afford it? They're multimillionaires.
Meanwhile, Minister Young said he doesn't expect the transition to electric vehicles to happen overnight and added that charging ports will soon be constructed in several parts of the island.
See, the decision that was taken that we will encourage persons to go the route. We don't expect everyone to immediately switch to electricity. The Ministry of Energy is going to build some of the units for public charging in Tobago, in the northeast of Trinidad. There's already one in central Trinidad, in the south of Trinidad, in the west of Trinidad, right here in the Savannah, in Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West. That is going to happen in the next fiscal.
During the budget presentation earlier this month, Finance Minister Com Imbert announced plans to remove custom duties and VAT on the importation of battery-powered electric vehicles. In other news, the deadly COVID virus continues to take lives even as the population continues to get vaccinated. Dennis Lalchan fought to stay alive after contracting the virus weeks after his wife Rishma also died. Husband and wife were 43 years old. The Lalchans have left behind 3 daughters and a son, ages 17, 16, 14 and 8. The couple, who lived at Gandhi Village Day Bay, were not yet vaccinated and had no pre-existing medical conditions, relatives said. Relatives are also uncertain how the Lalchans may have contracted the virus. The Lalchans were vendors at the Day Bay market. In more news, a light aircraft reportedly crashed outside the Piarco International Airport this morning, injuring 2 people. The crash occurred around 9:45. Fire service and civil aviation personnel responded to a Diamond 40 aircraft going down in the Orapun River. Both individuals on board were injured and rushed to hospital with various injuries. The cause of the crash is being investigated as the tail broke off on impact. The aircraft was owned by Bristol Aircraft Services. International news, at least 35 people have been killed by floods and landslides triggered by heavy rains in the southern Indian state of Kerala, with authorities fearing the number of deaths could rise significantly. As search and rescue operations by the Army and the Navy continued on Monday, thousands remain stranded in parts of the coastal area, while many others are still missing. Here we have more in this Al Jazeera report.
Zinat Aslam goes through the debris of what was, until 2 days ago, her home. In her hand are the only possessions she's left with: an umbrella, a small purse, and a pair of sandals. She lost everything in the flood which swept through Kottayam district in the southern state of Kerala on Sunday.
In the morning, I heard on TV that there is a red alert in a few regions, but the water level started to rise so suddenly. First, it was as high as my hip, and soon it rose to my neck. Somehow I managed to move to higher ground, but everything is gone. Nothing is left here.
Across the road from the river which swept away Zenith's house, the Joes family look through their belongings to see what they can salvage. Their home is still standing, but anything left in the house is covered in mud.
This is the first time in our life that we're experiencing this kind of situation. Our grandfather told us there was a similar flood in 1957. The last time there was a flood, we had water up to our doorstep, but not this bad.
Saturday's torrential rain led to landslides which killed dozens of people and flooding which has displaced thousands.
And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines, gas prices will continue to be subsidized until government deems it necessary. Parents die from COVID, leave 4 children behind. Small aircraft goes down outside Piarco International Airport into the Orapun River. And internationally, at least 35 people killed by flood and landslides in Kerala, India. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Tom.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Hey, what you want? Hey, what you want? I will get everything what you want. Sweet boss. Hey, get you what you want. Hey, get you what you want. Hey, get you what you want. This is sauce part 2. Woo! I met this girl looking grandy. Look fine, boy. She tell me to come by. She overcome. As soon as I pull the curtain, oh girl, look at you. Everything was laid out for me. She want the sauce. I is the boss. She want the sauce. I is the boss. She want the sauce. She want the sauce. She want the sauce. She want the sauce. She have put it there, leave it there, spread it there. Oh, mamacita. She have put it there, leave it there, spread it there. Wake up. Hey, I done start already in the mood. My rock soca, she feeling so irate. Watch the dancer girl. She thought the way I'm going already. She want to ring this over, baby. Sauce. I is the boss. She want the sauce. I is the boss. She want the sauce. She want the sauce. She want the sauce. She want the sauce. She have put it there, leave it there, spread it there. Oh, mamacita. She have put it there, leave it there, spread it there. Wake up. Oh God, fellas, them girl red shot yo there. It's all kind of sauce we talking about. Garlic sauce, tamarind sauce, creamy sauce. Wake up, sick boss, check for production. Woo!
I guess set up here, yes? I guess set up. Set up on no Trinidad and Tobago. Set up, I guess set up here. Eh? I try to keep a DJ in the building, but like, I ain't know what's going on with the DJ. You know, see what's going on. Only tell me about him now. Okay, he could only work in the morning. He could only work in the morning only. Only hear anything there? Like he could only work in the morning shift. Mantanale, the man playing for me this hour the day. Mantanale. Well, are we serious? Anybody who could guess who is the DJ in the building at this time, will you good? So I'm going to open up the phone lines. Will you guess who is the DJ in the building? Who will you feel in the building at this time? Who the DJ will you feel like it have here at this time? 3420081 7711791 4665391. Who you think could be in the building getting all this trouble at this time of the day? I see a voice note coming in. Let me see who is that. I see a caller calling. So I'll take the voice note first, and then I'm going to take the call. Let me see if I can guess who in the building. Hold on, caller. Hold on. Let me see who in the building here. Hold on. Come to the voice note, Adi. What they do there? You know, you don't talk there, though. Right.
Hey, brother, good afternoon to you. The DJ in the building at this time, and I reach home, the DJ at this time is Uncle Bruce Wayne. Full stop, Uncle Bruce Wayne. Nobody else but Uncle Bruce.
Okay, you are confident about that one. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google and Trinidad and Tobago. It's Bruce Wayne. It's Bruce Wayne.
All right, hello, good afternoon. Hello? Caller. Again, next voice note while I'm waiting for this caller to answer me. Wait, hold on, caller. Now see why I the DJ again.
I mean, someone like that.
Who you feel is the DJ in the room here? Oh gosh, you're gone. Hello, good afternoon.
I wonder if it's Bruce Wayne blocking up the line that I can't get in a gun.
I have a next voice note here. Let me see if this person know who is the DJ in the room here. Well, it might be shocking them. Half hour, they will call in. Let me see. Just on
Best DJ 91.9. Bruce C.
What is this? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google, Bruce C. My lover.
What is this? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Who you think is the DJ in the room with me?
Pastor Google, when I hear the tune played, I said that cannot be Pastor Google. I wonder if you woke up at 7 o'clock. But no name, no warrants. I'm not calling no name because I don't know who it is. Okay, Pastor Google?
All right, madam. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor. That's something like Bruce in the house, boy. That's something like Bruce. Parang this morning, parang. While watching your eyes. All right.
I'll answer it now. I'll answer just now. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Well, when you say DJ in the morning, it's only one DJ in the morning. I know that had to be Brucey. But Brucey, if it's you, it has some of the tunes. That is not for Pastor Google program. I prefer the morning and after lunch when we having kind of serious jokes and things, but this rabbit can leave it here. And some of them know. But I love my para. So Brucey hit us it if it's you. So that's the nice ones. Suitable for Pastor Google. I'll go on.
You want to say good afternoon to Daddy?
You see you?
He listening. All I say is if you
Right. Good afternoon, Daddy. Right, I go.
Déjame pasar, mi madre enferma, me manda a llamar, ella manda a llamar, déjame pasar, que mi madre enferma, me manda a llamar, ella manda a llamar, déjame pasar.
Oh God, Zina, I put you up. I'm sorry, Zina, I should not do that. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Hi.
This is New Village in the house.
What is this?
The only mixer could mix that music is Bushwin.
True?
Yeah.
You see, all right.
And Pastor Daddy? Pastor Daddy, we love you. We waiting on Friday to hear you again.
You and all?
Yeah.
I don't watch you.
But greetings to everybody. And you know, I always look on. If I send you a little text, well, it'll be so much highway to get in, but to God be the glory. Keep on doing what you're doing. Push better. And Bushwin, we love you if it's you. But I know it's you that mix day. That mix day look something like you.
All right, young lady. All right. This person's on our voice note here. Let me see if this person know who it is.
Pastor Google, good morning. Like Bruce and know that you just start your program with gospel on morning. But then I think with the little parent, you just start your program with gospel. But Bruce boy, if it's you, well. Oh, I'm saying Bruce is not. Well, must he have a next? Oh, I come in.
So you talking to me and other people at the same time? You ain't easy at all.
Pastor Google, I feel.
Okay, DJ Sharon. Somebody said DJ Sharon. All right, so I'm going to put on the microphone. What is this? Let me pull up this next one. This is some kind of bad thing. All right, so I'm going to put on the microphone for you all to. You see how creative trainer dancer? Wow, watch. You see how creative.
There's an old Christmas card in an old dusty trunk, and it brings back sweet memories dear to me. Though it's
all right, Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm back with Tolia. I just saw something there that made me laugh a little bit. I can't even share the joke with Tolia because, you know, you might get upset, but that's all right. You will get upset, trust me. If you all saw what we saw just now there, you all will be upset. All right, so this last few minutes I have with you guys, I'm going to introduce who the DJ was. Right? Number one. Number two, and we're going to play something for you guys, and we want you all to weigh into it. I think that's how I will deal with the show, at close of the show today, because I'm finishing at 1. Because we have a segment at 1 till 2. So I'm going to play the audio of that clip, and I want you all to listen, and I want you all to weigh into it. You see, too much misinformation is out there. And up till last night, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying to me that, the ministry want to stop online learning so that they can push their agenda. Yeah, and they're also saying that the government want to stop the online learning so that they can push their agenda. But I want to play something for you, and then as I said to you, I'm really trying my best to get the president of Tutor on the phone so that she can share with us some things that are pressing, some things that are upsetting some people. She can clear it up. So let me let the DJ. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sorry.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
So you anyway.
Let me clear up something quick.
We want to clear up. This is not a show to clear up nothing.
I did not start your program like that. Let the callers.
What happened?
Is you started?
No. What happened? Remember the song that the caller was talking about is a song that Pressure should have put on after the news.
Oh.
That's what the caller was talking about.
Okay.
Alright? That's what the caller was talking about. The callers and them, no worries. They had to thing, you know.
Yeah. I don't make sure I know where I stand.
Well, you know you stand. Being smart. As Dr. Rowley just said, them is people to watch. We just quote from Lloyd Best. He like to quote that Lloyd Best, boy. Good afternoon, Dr. Rowley. Well, I know you're in Parliament at this time. So good afternoon, Mrs. Rowley. So the question, I have some questions for her. Yes, I know a lot of people have questions for her. A lot of people. And somebody saying, I know it was Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I know. It could have been DJ Andy. It could have been, who's the next DJ we are here? It could have been Jason Shields. All I don't know. Never know who I could bring in here. Somebody say it could have been DJ AJ.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy, you know. I'm missing him, you know. A real partner. All right, so you ready to play the clip? Because I know you have some interest in this clip.
Yeah.
You have some interest in this clip.
And the clip is shorter, a minute and 14 seconds, and not long, so.
Yeah, somebody saying that Aisha used to have a good DJ with her. Yeah, that was the boy. Yeah, man, AJ was the boy.
AJ anywhere there, man.
Yeah, man, AJ was the boy. All right, so you ready to play the clip?
Yeah.
Children, go listen to this, and you tell me what your thoughts. We're going to talk about this until 1 o'clock.
The Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association holds to its position. Teachers' rights must be protected. This morning, President Antonio de Freitas said there will be no online teaching as was stated earlier this week. She says it will place too much strain on teachers and that will not be fair. Protected. This morning, President Antonio de Freitas said there will be no online teaching as was stated earlier this week. She says it will place too much strain on teachers and that will not be fair.
Hear what Ms. de Freitas had to say.
It's right there.
All right, let us hear what Ms. de Freitas had to say. Listen to Ms. de Freitas.
We have seen where the unions in the country have been trampled upon, the rights of workers have been infringed, and at this point in time, tutors are not prepared to let education professionals be put in similar situations. So we are not being obstructionists, I will repeat. We are making sure that our workers or education professionals are being protected and that we are taking care of their welfare and their well-being. We are grateful for the sacrifice made by workers in other sectors during the pandemic, but no other worker has to go home and sit down until 3 o'clock in the morning planning work for delivery. No other worker has to work to say, well, okay, I am going to work from 8 to 3 or 8 to 4 and then go home and teach another cohort. Therein lies the difference. So it's not being obstructionist, it's protecting our workers' rights.
You're not being an obstructionist. I ain't gonna say nothing. I want to get you on the phone. Because I ain't want nobody to call you and tell you, Pastor Google bashing you on the program. You're not an obstructionist. Bruce, let me hear you.
So she's saying that no other worker or person out there that through the
She don't work in the room. She don't work in the video. She don't know.
She's saying that nobody just be up till 3 o'clock in the morning preparing work and stuff like that. But let me tell you something,
Mr. Freitas.
Mr. Freitas.
Don't be up too much. I want to get on the phone.
No, you're telling me
No,
that?
because I'm telling you how they just stink, boy. That's how they just stink. From the time you start to say anything about them, the people just call them and tell them, don't take their call.
Well, boy, some teachers were vexed with me this morning, you know, because as far as I remember, as far as I know, the principal in the school is just that, you know, the principal in the school. The principal in the school cannot tell teachers when, where, how, and these type of things, you know. Teachers stay home as they please to do whatever they want. As somebody said to me, I don't know how true this is, I'm trying to get some information. They have some 200 plus days to take or some kind of thing like that. I don't know how true that is, because to me that makes no sense, right? But I remember my son, couple mornings I go in to buy breakfast and seeing his teacher out the road when he's supposed to be in the school.
Yeah, but it has some teachers. We got reports of a teacher working taxi.
So you can't come and tell me that nobody is staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning and that's how you're trying to defend your teachers. No, you're going about it the wrong way, ma'am. Don't try to do that, because teachers do what they want, how they want, when they want. And mind you, there are some very, very good, dedicated teachers out there who I know personally, very, very dedicated teachers out there who have a problem with this nonsense that you're trying to spew here. And to the people that saying that the government is the one that pushing their agenda and all this sort of nonsense, you all heard it here today. So I don't want to hear nobody else with that nonsense. My good partner, I won't call your name, but when I come down there with me and you go talk, because I was watching you on Facebook and it hurting me. I want to answer you on Facebook when me and you two good are friends.
Yes.
For me to answer you.
And I have a partner who I was talking to last night who in the media, he's a radio announcer and telling me, you know, he is trying to convince me that, is the government who want to take off the online schooling. When we hear for ourselves that it has nothing to do with the government, it's you, tutor, who pushing that. And as Bruce Wayne rightfully said, that there are teachers who are totally against that.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, the COVID-19, we better, if we could get live. We don't have to go to the COVID-19 update. We could get live right here.
We can't get live. Let me go to it.
All right, so we go into the COVID-19 update, Trinidad and Tobago, with Mr. Bruce Wayne, and then we're going to come back. We're going to take some of your calls, and I'm going to try to get Mr. Freitas on the phone line. I got the number a while ago, so I'm going to be a good boy and bring her on.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of October 18th, 2021 stands at new positive cases 153. Total active cases 4,329. Total recovered patients 48,333. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 54,267. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
De esperanza y de razón. Tengo un corazón que madruga donde quiera. Este corazón se desnuda de impaciencia de tu voz. Pobre corazón que no atrapa su cordura. Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quiera. Pasar la noche en vela, mujer en ti. Un pez para borrar y borrar de tu cintura y hacer siluetas de amor bajo la luna. Saciar esta locura, mujer en ti. Conocer siempre sin vivir de ilusión. Sueña corazón, no te nubles de amargura. Y este corazón se desnuda de impaciencia de tu voz. Pobre corazón que no atrapa su cordura. Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quiera. Pasar la noche en vela, mojarlo en ti. Un pez para bordarte con hienas tu cintura y hacer siluetas de amor bajo la luna. Saciar esta locura, mojarlo en ti. Una noche para hundirnos hasta el fin. Cara a cara, beso a beso y vivir por siempre mojado en ti. Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quiera. Pasar la noche en vela, mojarlo en ti. Un pez para bordarte con hienas tu cintura y hacer siluetas de amor bajo la luna. Saciar esta locura, mojarlo en ti. Para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quiera. Saciar esta locura, mojarlo en ti. Para bordarte con hienas tu cintura y hacer siluetas de amor bajo la luna. Saciar esta locura, mojarlo en ti. Tengo un corazón mutilado de esperanza y de razón. Tengo un corazón que madruga donde quiera. Este corazón se desnuda de impaciencia de tu voz. Pobre corazón que no atrapa.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. So I have live on the phone line. Miss De Freitas, the president of Tutor. I have her live on with us today, and Miss De Freitas is going. We want to have a short interview with her concerning the online schooling and reports coming in the news that Tutor is taking the position that they want to stop online schooling. All right, so I think I have Miss De Freitas live right now. Hello, good afternoon, Miss De Freitas.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to your listeners.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for taking my call. I wanted to just chat with you a little bit. I really would want to have a full interview with you sometime in the near future, but seeing that this situation is somewhat a pressing one, the reason why I would have reached out to you, because there are people who believe that the online schooling that is being this stopping of the online schooling that is being proposed is something that the government is a narrative that the government is pushing. And when I was listening to the news today, I got the information that is really Tutor who is saying that here what we are having issues and we want to resolve the issues, and you all are proposing to stop the online schooling for some time. Could you clear up the information for me?
Well, I think both perspectives that you shared in terms of what you heard, both are incorrect. So I'll be very glad to clear up the issue. Now, we have been engaged, we meaning education professionals, have been engaged in the virtual teaching since we closed our schools in March of last year due to the pandemic. And what we had from then to now, or from then at least to October 4th, is a compromise arrangement that, okay, the education professionals at all levels will continue to do electronic teaching as an emergency measure. And that happens in other areas where you have emergency delivery via radio, via television programs, or in our case, Zoom, WhatsApp, Google Classroom, etc. And it was an emergency measure because our schools were closed, and therefore you had no place for the interaction between the teacher and the students to take place. Once you had the requirement, the instruction for schools to be open, for children to come out for delivery of the curriculum, then those emergency measures would cease. They would no longer be necessary. And I would ask you, and I would ask your listeners to cast their minds back to earlier this year, when our students who had practical components to do for their CSEC and CAPE examinations, when those students came out to do the practical components, the teachers for the necessary subject areas came out as well. When there was no requirement for the practical component to be done, but you still had to continue teaching for the subject, continue teaching the theory, the teachers and the students were at home. That was discussed with Tutor, that was an agreement, that's the instruction that was given. What was said to Tutor in terms of October 4th, when the forms 4, 5, and 6 students were expected to be out, we are going to bring out the students. So our question was, okay, if you bring out this category of students, meaning the vaccinated students, if you bring out this category of students, what's going to happen with the others? Well, they are not entitled to education. That basically is the position of the government, of the Ministry of Education. And what we had between then and now were a couple things. One, as you are well aware, a low student turnout, because of course not only do we have students who are unvaccinated, but there are some parents who've chosen not to send their vaccinated students to school. We've also had a scenario where teachers have been disobeying the instructions of the ministry and going home to teach children online still, or disobeying the instructions of the ministry and staying at home to utilize the leave entitlement to teach. Now the instruction is clear. The instruction is you are back in school, you are to teach in school. What happens with the other students who are not in the classroom? That's for the Ministry of Education to address. And so when tutor met with the Minister of Education last week to discuss the projected return to school for the Forms 1 to 3 students, we asked again, what is the plan for dealing with the students, especially the students in the exam classes, who have particular timetables and deadlines to meet? No response. What is the plan for students of Forms 1 to 3 who have to deal with particular issues of assessment and assessments of different sorts? No response. At that time, tutor again indicated we are willing to be part of any working group, which means it's more than just a meeting on this day or that day, but a group that would sit down and develop the plan to deal with students of different categories at all levels of the education sector. That was refused. We also said, listen, if the ministry believes that they want to continue having virtual engagement whilst you're instructing teachers to return to the physical space, then tutors are willing to have that discussion, except by law, we can't have that discussion with the Ministry of Education. That's a discussion that tutor as a union will need to have with the Chief Personnel Officer. That's the entity that discusses terms and conditions for educators. So we put it on the table. If you want to have that discussion with us, it's not about pay, it's not about getting more money, it's about just making sure our working conditions, our working hours are preserved, etc. To date, we have not heard any response to that offer. So the reality is we have to safeguard our members' welfare. Your instruction is go to school and teach those in front of you. If you don't do that, then the teacher is liable to face charges of misconduct, disciplinary action, etc., because they are doing outside of that. And so it's not for us as educators to make the ministry's plan, the state's plan work. The state has to do what is necessary, infrastructure, resources, funding systems, etc., to make their plan work. We are making sure our educators safeguard their jobs. We are making sure that they don't experience any kind of burnout by having to teach in 2 modalities or in 2 formats, which is outside of their job description. And that's where we are at this point in time.
Okay, well, there are some burning questions that some parents are willing to ask, because from what some people are, you see, people would like to know, some people would like to know, what are some of the suggestions that you all would have made at the meeting, right? Also, people would like to know, like, what is tutor doing with some of the lackadaisical teachers who, since the pandemic has started, haven't really been doing human service, let me put it that way. And also there's a video that was circulating, I wanted to share your view on that also, where a teacher was verbally abusing students and stuff like that. So while I hear you, and one of the burning questions before you go, I would like to hear you address is, what were some of the suggestions that you all would have made that that the Ministry of Education didn't agree with?
But the other 2 questions, in terms of, to use your terminology, lackadaisical teachers, one, and the verbal abuse, that happens even outside of clear. There is a procedure that the principal or the parents or the children have to follow in those instances. Those procedures have not changed. And so if there are such situations, there are procedures to be followed to address the matter. What tutor's responsibility is there is to continue to encourage people to accept their responsibilities. Doing your month's service, to use your terminology, is meaningless. You're going outside of what your job says you have to do. And therefore that's vastly different from saying to me or saying to a tutor, well, listen, there are some people who are just not teaching at all. And we know that. And we've attempted to deal with those and to have the Ministry of Education deal with those using the correct procedure. So pre-COVID, in any profession, you had situations like that. COVID has arisen. There are procedures to deal with it. The procedures have not changed. People who have the responsibility to do certain.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Are you hearing me now? I am on the road.
Oh, okay. I'm hearing you better. Right. What I want to suggest.
Suggestions. Let me just two suggestions. One, do what we did last year. Bring out the children only at this time who have to do practicals, and the rest we will continue with virtual engagement. We put it on the table more than once. That was not done. Tutor suggestion 2. CARICOM, of which tutors are part, of which Trinidad and Tobago is a part, has established a learning recovery program based on our experiences in the Caribbean as to what happened during the pandemic and how we could fix it. Let us sit down and work out a plan for implementation of the components of that recovery project. Tutor suggestion 3. Let us look at ensuring that all schools have the appropriate safety spaces and resources for safe return to school if we want to have students return to school. Tutor suggestion 4. Let us make sure that all students and all educators have the necessary devices. And these are not new things we put on the table prior to October 4th for that reopening. We've been putting these things on the table since the pandemic started and since we started to talk about recovery. There has to be a plan for recovery, not just a haphazard thing about peace here and peace there and guidelines now and guidelines there. No, it can't be like that. And we are saying we are willing to sit down and discuss and plan.
Okay, so what can I ask you to can I reach out to you for us to have a Zoom interview where those points that you brought out there, we can interact with my listeners. You can hear what the parents have to say and stuff like that?
That would not be a problem. Once it's a convenient time, I will make myself available. That's not a problem.
All right.
But I think what to recognize is that this is not about teachers, it's about students. We all have the same goal. But the way you want to get to that end point has to be something consistent and beneficial to all, and not disadvantageous to any.
Okay, Ms. De Freitas, thank you very, very much for taking my call. And I'll reach out to you and let you know which day we will look at having our Zoom interview, and you'll be able to chat with teachers who may have, not teachers, parents, sorry, who may have share some of their concerns with you.
Not a problem there. Be safe, everyone. Take care.
Thank you very much. All right, bye. What are you asking me? Water. I just have to have water in this studio to put water in my mouth. So
Google, you make the rain trap me here today.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but I still have to be careful what I'm about to say, because I don't want Right. Did you listen to you heard what you had? Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I want to know if I heard correctly. I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. She said one thing in the clip and something different in the interview you just had, not so? No, I want to know. I mean, hey, according to the people, I might be the brightest bulb in the room, but hey, come on. Wasn't one thing said in the clip and something different said in that interview?
I heard Miss De Freitas said that they would like to have the students who have to do practicum and all of that in the school, and other students could stay home and do virtual learning. But then but then when I listened to what you said on another news item, you would have made statements like you want to stop virtual classes. I don't know. Let me go to this phone. Hello, good afternoon.
Master, you have a fellow, you want Bruce, you water, everything you serious. You want a second interview with Mr. Freitas, you better cool yourself.
Yes,
Hear this. Let me, I would like to ask her, what will happen to children unvaccinated if they will continue with online? Not unvaccinated and vaccinated children could be in school together. What will happen to the unvaccinated one? But when she come back, Pastor, because your interview was real good. I enjoy it.
Thank you.
Real good. You handled good.
Thank you. I try my best. I try my best to be a good journalist. You know, I'm a talk show host now. You know, so I'm trying my best to be a journalist. Listen and not talk too much. Ask relevant questions and not be a bully on the radio, and then, you know, they don't want to take my call.
I would love to be an analyst.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
I have a son who is going Malik and it's
She cut off. She said the stop. She said the stop. So it had to be the online.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello, Pastor Google.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling in response to the interview there with the tutor president.
Hear what I want you to do. Could I take your number?
Yes.
There's a reason why. I will tell you.
Okay.
I can't tell you on air. Remember, we really want to get her back. So if I tell you on air, you know, I may not get the interview.
Okay, yes, you can call me back.
All right, so I'll call you because I see the clock is counting down.
Yes,
so
all
I'll
right.
call you back, okay?
All right.
All right, bye. Last call, I have to be really quick.
Pastor Google, good afternoon. I just wanted to, when you ask her again, the president or tutor should have mentioned the CPO with regard to the terms and conditions of employment, and that is who they have to be speaking to. She mentioned a lot of things that entails the terms and conditions of employment, but she's saying that Ministry of Education. So I'm kind of confused. She's saying 1 minute like Ministry of Education can't tell them to X, Y, Z, but I'm saying it's the CPO, but then coming back and paying it to the ball of the Ministry of Education. That is 1. 2. Who is speaking on behalf of the children? Because everything is the teachers, and which is okay because that's what tutor was formed for, to deal with the teachers. However, children are also a stakeholder in this. Who is speaking on behalf of the children? Because the plans that they make is not really to me. Now I know they are very good teachers. I'm not knocking that. Big up to them. Who is really looking out for the children? Because what all they're doing is in terms of how it has been impacted on the teachers. When they keep the children from online, whether the government, Ministry of Education, whoever they're saying it is the children suffering. But it's ironic that when you listen to the Mahasabha and those Catholic board schools and the church board schools, you're not getting that type of problem. Those teachers are out there, they do what they have to do, and the children is going along. It seems to be the denominational school where a large percentage, let us be real, is of African children. It also seems to always have problems, and that's something we have to fix. Whether it's tutor, the Ministry of Education, CPO, whoever it is, because our children are suffering at the end of the day. Thanks, Pastor.
Thank you very much. I have to leave it here, Trinidad and Tobago. Have a blessed afternoon. Thank you very much, Bruce Wayne.
Yes, my brother.
And you stay strong and blessed. Please be careful out there. The roads are wet. The rains are down. And if you are living in a flood-prone area, make sure and have your stocks in place. I'm out of here. God bless. Talk to you on Wednesday. Yeah. I wasn't sure about